Welcome guys, welcome back to my channel mentor session, and today I'm going to be dropping on that very educational content. I know I've talked about directional bias so many times in my previous videos, but on this video it's just strictly for the directional bias. And unlike maybe other mentors or other people actually giving all these stuffs, I'm not going to be talking about defining directional bias. I will be explaining what directional bias is, how to apply this directional bias on each time frame. So this is going to be like practical applying directional bias effectively. If you watch the video and you still have a problem with directional bias, you need to watch this video for real. So again, before I start, if you're not in lingard directional bias telegram channel, you need to be in it. If you're a trader, you definitely know who lingard is. You know that is that him giving out direction. It's crazy. So what you need to do is search up call me lingard on Twitter, and on Twitter I think they posted the telegram link. You need to join that telegram link and you get access to his weekly directional bias. Also, if you want to join the signal group, just click that link to go to Twitter and search him up. Click the link, and in the telegram he posts like his Xness partnership link. So you need to create a new account with that Xness partnership link. If you already have an Xness account, that's not really any problem, because Xness allows you to have 2 or more Xness accounts under different Gmails with the same ID. So if you do that and send him a proof in his DM, he will definitely add you to signal group, and that is still for a mentor, an OG like Lingard, to be giving out signal just for the price of using his partnership link is crazy. So I think you guys should check it out. Okay, for those already on my community, I'll obviously share the link. I'll obviously share the link to them and share the update on that stuff to them. The Lingard's direction, like, it's probably 1 minute on one pair, 1 minute on one pair, and 55 seconds on one pair. It's very nice, it's very educational, but if you really want to go deep, it might not really help you. It will help you if you already know what you're doing, and if you don't really know what direction, how to get it clearly, that direction bias can be like, you might start hoping on him every time for what's the direction and what's the direction. This directional bias should more of like a confirmation to you trying to be a pro. So that's what directional bias should be. And on this video I'll teach you how to get your own direction, so you can actually use it and confirm direction from your mentors. And once I'm done with this video, if you're in his group already, you can compare where I'm actually seeing the market to whatever Lingard has, and it should be like 90%, 80% correlating or something. So let's get into this video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Use a lot of time just explaining 3 minutes. Oh, and this information I give out is very crucial. So let's get into this video. Before I start the video, I'll like introduce my pairs. What kind of pairs do I trade? Okay, for the kind of pairs I trade 7 pairs. It's crazy. In fact, I used to trade like 5-6, but I added Ethereum because Ethereum has good spread on my profile compared to BTC, and so that's why I actually have Ethereum right here. So I'm trading 7 pairs. Like, theoretically I'm trading 7 pairs, but I don't really trade this much pairs, because I don't really like trading Euro USD. I trade Euro USD because my mentor trades Euro USD, so I just want to really see what he's seeing in the market. That's why I trade Euro USD, but I mostly focus on GBP USD, GBP JPY, USD JPY, let's say BTC, and I also say Ethereum, because I'm going to be like trading Ethereum from now on because of the spread. Like I said, gold, I'm not going to be talking about gold direction, because that stuff is just crazy. Higher, whatever. If I start marking out POIs for gold, to just be like, how do I explain stuff that are not going to play out in months or something. So I'm not going to talk about gold. We'll be focusing on Ethereum, USD JPY, GBP JPY, GBP USD. Euro USD is like correlating with GBP USD, so I don't really focus on Euro USD. I want to like giving out direction for most of these pairs. So let's get into this video right now. The first pair I'm going to be looking at is USD JPY. I will clear the chart first so that I have a clean chart to analyze on. Hold on. So now I've cleared my chart and my chart is looking clean. The method of directional bias I use is advanced SMC, and the method that actually teaches this type of directional bias is lingard. If you haven't watched lingard videos on directional bias, you can go and watch it. In case I missed anything or I didn't explain anything clearly, you can go and watch it before you come back to the video and ask your question. So the first time frame I'm going to be stepping into is the 3 months time frame. Before I start, let me explain to somebody maybe trying to figure out what's directional bias. Directional bias is just you applying your strategy, whatever strategy you use, whether it's support and resistance, whatever it's your strategy, applying that strategy to a higher time frame. The same way you look for your point of interest, liquidity, and whatever, you look for the same stuff in the higher time frame. But if you look for this in the higher time frame, obviously the moves in the higher time frame will take longer to create, probably days, probably weeks, probably months, but you get it. So like I said, it's just applying your strategy over on a higher time frame. So for example, on my 3 months time frame here on USD JPY, for my top analysis, I like walking down. My top analysis, I like walking down each time frame. Now, as I'm walking down each time frame, I'm applying my strategy, marking out POIs on the 3 months, 1 month, 1 week, every possible POI, every possible reversal point, till I get to the point that is close to where price is currently at. So, firstly, looking at this stuff, the first thing I would like to mark out is my on 3 months time frame. I can actually spot liquidity. This stuff doesn't need to be too far. This video will be as long as necessary, but I'll try to make it as short as possible. Short as possible. So this is my liquidity, and of course this is the breaker block. Simple stuff. So we have liquidity, we have breaker block. This is the first thing I'm seeing on my 3 months time frame. This is exactly what I just marked out. And if you're looking at the same stuff I'm looking at, you definitely mark out the same stuff. Liquidity, breaker block. I walk down again to a lower time frame, 1 month time frame. On 1 month time frame, what else am I seeing on one? This is a 3 months POI. This breaker block is 3 months POI. Okay, so on 1 month, what am I seeing? Possible reversal point. So on this possible reversal point is just a zone that price will likely react from. Might not really push price. Price might use it to just create that that lower high, lower low, higher low. Just reversal point where price can change direction for the completely or for a specific period of time. So it's very important, because each of these reversal point, if this, just imagine this 1 month order block now holds and push price to create 2 candles, that's 2 months move. Yes, market is selling. What if as market is selling and you were like, market is selling, this PI is not going to move the market or react from it, and for 1 whole month or 2 whole months market will just playing with you, pushing to the upside, probably be like the 3rd month before tapping to the breaker block and continuing the sell to the downside. And now, because of you're not versatile, or you're too rigid with your direction, you have now failed the most important thing: flowing with the current price, knowing where the current price is. Okay, price is now pushing to the upside. Okay, I'm bullish. Price pushing to the upside from here, I'm bullish. But where is possible reversal point to continue the bearish trend? You spot another point of interest, the breaker block, continue pushing price to take out the 3 months liquidity, tap into the breaker block. Then you tap into the breaker block and still take 1 month or 2 months in here before price start pushing up. You start looking for a market structure shift to the upside and the rest. So that's just the stuff. Mark out your stuff. Get, like, every time market moves, if market moves against you, like something that happened, I think on GBP USD, it happened that a price took out a 1 day liquidity, and on lower time frame it looks like price changed bearish. I will tell you my telegram, don't change your direction to bearish, because to just liquidity take out. So that's the stuff. Price took out liquidity, but most people were not focusing on where is it this takeout actually just a liquidity takeout. Let me step out to a higher time frame, see if it's just a liquidity takeout, and where is the point of interest that is going to continue the actual direction. That's the stuff that you need to always ask yourself. Where is the point of interest? If the point of interest is far, then you'll be like, okay, I will start selling to that point of interest because we are day traders, or I'll start buying to that point of interest because we are day traders. So marking out my 1 day, sorry, 1 month, is 1 month, 1 month point of interest. I've marked it out. Of course, this is liquidity. I don't know if I need to mark it out. This is liquidity. This is a single candle at liquidity before the main liquidity. So this is obviously the main liquidities. So if you're a support and resistance trader, you know that there is a resistance level right here that's supporting this push, this bearish move that USD JPY are trying to create, supporting this bearish movement to the downside. There is resistance level right here. But we are advanced SMC traders. If I'm stepping down, I'll also see a reason to join the sales. That's one thing. Just apply your strategy. Let your strategy just tell you the story you're trying to like get from the market. Let your strategy paint that story for you. Okay, this is on my 1 week time frame. What can I see? What can I see on my 1 week time frame? What can I see on my 1 week time frame? What I can see on my 1 week time frame is, looking closely, so I also learned support and resistance, but that's definitely not necessary. But yeah, in that resistance level, we still have another block. You can see this other block right here. Pay attention, mark out possible point of interest. I started anticipating this sales for like months. If you watch my live video, you see when I'm anticipating this sell. And this is the first pullback. This inducement, I think, is an engineered liquidity because it didn't break short. Just an engineered liquidity, price engineered liquidity, a valid engineered liquidity, and tap into the point of interest. So the main confusion this week was what was happening here. Was price trying to invalidate this whole setup? Sorry, should we stop downwards? Was price trying to invalidate this whole stuff? That was the main confusion. Was price trying to invalidate this whole setup and probably push to the upside? That was the main confusion. So let me explain. I don't know if I should explain on 1 week time frame but everybody gets that this is another block. This is liquidity. I expect price to come up here. Expect price to come up here and fall down to probably take out this liquidity. At least this liquidity should be our next target. This right here should be our target on the 1 week time frame. Okay. Let me step down to my 1 day time frame. On this 1 week time frame, you can also see that you can refine this 1 week. Okay, 1 month. Yeah, this was 1 month. The 1 month PY, you can see that you can refine it and concentrate it on this body. Price mitigated the week to create this stuff. So consider this liquidity and the body still fresh. So this is what we have right here. So that the refinement, remember, price will react from that. I'm not saying this right here will change the trend, could possibly change the trend, but let's mark out places that price will react from. So that's on my 1 month time frame, and I need to move over to my daily time frame. I hope you're getting something from this. I need to move out. If I explain what I want to explain, if I explain it on my 1 week time frame, it might look confusing. So on daily time frame, let's just have it. Let me explain to my one week time frame too before I move out to my daily time frame. So if you're familiar with QMR, you'll notice that price had a high and price sold that high, and this high in question here was before mitigating the main PY. So of course price was coming to take out to sweep it. I think I actually lost money in this trade right here, because I was trying to enter the sales more early, and I thought that it was just this scenario where price takes out liquidity and price just continues selling. So I lost money trying to continue the sell trend without waiting for it to mitigate the point of interest. So sometimes price can just leave a point of interest and just take out liquidity, use paper lookup and continue. But okay, we have a sweep right here, and we had pullbacks. This pullback right here with the structural liquidity, or this is what the liquidity, and this new monthly candle took out the liquidity, after taking out the liquidity, tap into the QMR, and what we're hoping now is continuous sell, push to the downside. This is exactly what happened. The important thing in directional bias is you being able to tell the story of what happened. Let nothing be a surprise to you. That's the secret. So this is exactly what I saw when I actually looked at my 1 month time frame and my one week time frame and my daily time frame. This is exactly what I saw. This was the story I was able to tell. So although price started pushing back to the upside again, it did not invalidate the trend of the market, the trend that price was trying to push into. And you can see right here, why most of us did not expect. Most of us did not expect this stuff. Most of us did not expect this stuff, but SMC our chemistry has to be like this A level. Is it A level they call it or whatever, was still fresh. See, price did not mitigate it. And I'm not trying to teach alchemists, but I'm just trying to say that the move was very valid, and it was not actually tapping into an unmitigated zone that might be just a reaction, then break, continue to the upside again. It was a valid level. You can see right here, this stuff was a valid level. We expected this to be the liquidity. Price have taken out liquidity, tap into the breaker right here, because I know we took this trade and we won. Actually won this trade. Price tapped into the breaker here and sells to the downside. So we're expecting price to continue to the downside, but the new month candle did this, took it out as liquidity and continued to the sell. So next week we're expecting more sells to the downside. Next week. You see I've broken it down. Now, still speaking about next week, what am I seeing? Okay, price have done everything it wants to do. Price have taken out a low right here. You can see this low has broken structure. And if you know watch the video on valid point of interest, you see where I talked about how to know a valid point of interest. If you have not watched that video, please go and watch the video. So you have a break of structure. The next thing we'll be waiting for is liquidity. Price could actually decide to use this and create liquidity, use this the bridge breaker block, create liquidity, then come up and use this other block right here to continue the sell to the downside. And price can still create liquidity below here and break structure or engineer liquidity, then come in and tap this breaker block here to continue the sell to the downside. So that's all price can do. And to validate that stuff, well, if you watch my range video, you would know about valid. You just watch that valid point of interest video. Everything about a valid point of interest is there. So I'm just trying to show you the direction. So we have gotten that our direction is bearish. Next what we're looking for is liquidity and PY. We now know that USD JPY is bearish. Look how I explained this stuff. Look how I was able to tell the story. Look how this stuff that would have been confusing, how I was able to determine and tell that this stuff was just price taking out liquidity and continue itself to the downside. So USD JPY is bearish. To me, it's bearish. And obviously for this USD JPY, yeah, price is going to your first target should be around here, and you should also pay attention to point of interest, like this breaker block right here. Also pay attention to them, because they don't actually cause full-on reversal, but they can just be used. It can be used to create lower highs, like retracement in the market. And another thing you need to do is don't enter aggressively when you see point of interest going against the trend. Don't enter aggressively. if price is to create a retracement, you need to first identify where the retracement is going to move to, like where is this retracement that will occur here, where is it going to move to. And when price trying to create retracement, you mostly see that it will not just respect the point of interest smoothly, it will just kind of try invalidating it before giving a structural shift, then go to pick the point of interest before selling, continue the sell off. So as I'm saying, UJ is bearish. You don't need you need to still be careful for this point of interest, this like this breaker block right here. Of course, price will take out this low. You can see that this is just ball of liquidity. Just look at this liquidity resting down here, but you still need to be careful. Anticipate retracement. That's all I can say. Always anticipate retracement in the market. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is GBP JPY. GBP JPY. Let's get into it. Okay, GBP JPY. I'm going to clear the chart. Now we have a clear chart. We'll be able to like give everything, because I've analyzed all this stuff before, like yesterday. Today's going to be for backtesting. I'm too lazy, I've not even yet started, but let's get into it. Now, as always, go to 3 months time frame. Let me try to be faster while still making sense. 3 months time frame. I've been saying this stuff. Order block, liquidity. This is very obvious. Order block, liquidity. This is on 3 months time frame. This is what I very easily marked out. On 1 month time frame, she's like the same stuff. So what are we looking at on 1 month time frame? We need to also pay attention that price mitigated a point of interest, put back, gave the engineered liquidity, and now price is wanting that liquidity. You can see that price has been taking out liquidity. Let me shift the top again. Price is hunting out liquidity, so price is possibly taking out liquidity, and what we're expecting now is a mitigation of this order block right here. Mitigation of the order block, then price will continue selling to the downside. So while on USD JPY expecting bullish intent, on GBP JPY we are bearish. So that's the stuff. Okay, 1 month point of interest is not really much to tell, because as you can see 3 months time frame there, you still have retracement and everything still working with 3 months time frame, which is definitely normal. So let's go to our 1 week time frame and see what we're expecting really clear. So if you go on a 1 week time frame, you can see everything really clear. All this stuff is liquidity. All this stuff right here, we have the liquidity, and the closing point of interest will be this breaker block right here. If you actually backtest a lot, you know that what we have right here will be a breaker block on lower time frame. So this is the closing point of interest, not really this other block. Remember, on monthly time frame, from here it's just like an order block, but I'm just showing you on weekly time frame with this long week rejection down there is definitely a breaker block on a lower time frame. So that this breaker block is the closest point of interest to this liquidity. So we're expecting price to come and tap into this point of interest and continue pushing to the downside. This is what we are expecting on GJ. So we see move down to the 1 day time frame. You can see that price is really price even created trend line liquidity. There's so many things to take out in this UJ trade, and of course our first target should be right here. When I'm talking about first target, I'm not talking about like you understand what I mean by first target. But if we're talking about first target, obviously it's going to be here. Price will make sure that it takes out this low ASAP, but price will definitely get to here. And of course, if I look deep, I'm going to see on other reversal point that might stop the sell trend, that 3 month sell trend. That's if GJ will be sell till next 10 years. So yeah, of course there is going to be somewhere that price will just use and probably give a very good retracement, and probably change direction to bullish, continue its bullish direction, because of course this point of interest on this 3 month period can just be a place that market want to come and react from. But remember, this reaction, if it's like 4 candles on 3 month time frame, that's almost 1 year. That's why you need to pay attention to this point of interest. You can see on daily time frame, this is not even a breakout block. You can see is on daily time frame, it's another block. So we got it there. We got it there. You can see how the daily counts are mature. This is what we've been trading for how many days now on GJ. Imagine the frustration. So let's get into the 4 hours time frame. 4 hours time frame. So you can see there is a higher time frame POI there. Higher time frame POI there. Price is going to definitely attack this liquidities upward. Try to push to come and tap into this point of interest, which is not even fine anymore. So what do we have? We have price coming down, creating liquidity, tap into this other block right here. It will be clear on lower time frame. I saw this, I'm currently buying Euro JPY, so this is what actually supporting it on GG. Euro JPY, mostly all the JPY pairs, sometimes they just have correlation or something, but sometimes they don't. So this is the point of interest. You can see this liquidity broke structure, valid liquidity. The point of interest also broke structure, or trigger the shift in market structure, liquidity, whatever. This is valid, and you can see that the first targets, the first stuff we'll be targeting will be this high. I'm currently on a buy on Euro JPY right now, so I didn't think it was necessary to enter this trade to the upside, and I took so many losses last week. I took so many losses. I won't even lie. I took so many losses, so I was avoiding taking trades. Or avoiding taking more trades in the market. So this is exactly the direction on GBP JPY. We are still bullish because we are trying to tap into a higher time frame sell PY. So that's why we are bullish. So the bullish intent will just end here. Once you just get here, we'll start looking for market structure shift to start selling downward. And I told you the first target. I marked out the first target for you. Whatever. I think I marked it out somewhere there. But on this daily time frame, just catch your normal 1 to 5, 1 to 6 per trade. Look for the entry. 1 to 5, 1 to 6. Look for the entry. So let's go on to the next, which is going to be GBP USD. Okay, this is on GBP USD, and I think this was the loss we took. Loss I took last week. I was betting this, and market actually did retracement and everything. So let's clear the chart so that we can now investigate what really happened in the market that day and see what's up. If you took the loss, it doesn't mean you're not a trying trader, because many people took this loss. That police, many people took this loss. It's normal. Sometimes market will not want to do the deep retracement, take out liquidity on higher time frame. Market will just prefer to trend, so we take losses, or just know the reason why you took those losses. Without wasting time, let's get. Now GBP USD, first off, 3 months time frame. GBP USD is bearish. First off, like GBP USD is bearish. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower lows, lower highs, and this is probably going to be another lower high and probably another lower low. Probably not going to be another lower low. Probably going to be another lower low. Price could just take out inducement, find a point of interest, take out this inducement, find a point of interest in lower time frame, and continue pushing to the upside and target this top. Actually looks like a double top or something, so price could just do it and target this high here, or continue to give us a lower low. That's the expectation. So we already know bearish, other block, whatever. So there is an engineer liquidity on my 3 month time frame. On 1 month time frame, you can see it better. price is actually putting in the bearish work. Price is putting in that bearish stuff. Price is putting in that bullish intent, like with the kind of engineer liquid that this stuff is. I could tell that price might never put a low, another lower low. Instead, you might have like price taking out these two eyes. These two eyes can build liquidity, but what are we interested in? Reaction. This is on a higher time frame, and this reaction I'm actually going to do. Basing this reaction, like this candle you're looking at right here, of course, is took a whole month for price to give that reaction. So that is stuff. We are still waiting for reaction. We are taking these reactions off markets, off price, whatever. We're taking reactions, so we pay attention to the closer details. Although price is bullish, this is a strong high. There will be reaction. That price could actually use the strong high to create on that lower low, so we should definitely respect it. So yeah, this is a point of interest right here. This is a point. This will be liquidity, and this should be the point of interest. So this is the point of interest right here. There's not much stuff in. I love GBP USD. GBP USD is like textbook. It's just plain. GBP USD is plain, bro. Very plain. So what do we have? There's no much to see. If you want to, the kind of bearish intent I'm trying to project, price will actually use this point of interest right here to push to the upside. Price will use this point of interest to push back to the upside. So price will definitely come here. I'm almost sure that price will come to this point of interest. We'll use this all over the double bottom. Yeah, it could use this liquidity and come to this point of interest right here to continue pushing to the upside. So what's going to push price to the downside to come and tap into that PY? Now when we go to our daily time frame, on daily time frame, I've said this on most of my videos, that prices have given us a very valid sell structure. Price has given us a sell structure on GBP USD. You can see there's a high was created. The high it broke structure. Price came and sold it. Broke structure. First pullback. Broke structure. Then what are we expecting? This stuff price just come straight and tap into this stuff. But price is doing what price can do, reacting, pulling back and other stuff before it's going to tap into this other block and continue and takes out this low right here, which is our expectation. That low, which is our expectation. Let me delete this stuff. So what was I saying about price took out liquidity? This is daily time frame. You can see that this low right here was the first pullback on the daily time frame. This low was the first pullback on the daily time frame, and that was the liquidity that price came to take out. And I sent to my group. I sent this stuff. Price will do this. Let's the other block. Depends on the time frame you're looking at it. And start pushing to the upside, which price has clearly did. Where we expecting price to come and attack or come and mitigate other block before pushing to the downside to come and tap into this PY. Then we'll see what price is going to do from there. So that's it for GBP USD on 4 hours 1 day. That's when many people are looking for sales from this breaker block right here. I was hoping that price will come and react from this other block to continue my buys to the upside. So that's exactly what we're expecting on GBP USD. Nothing much. Oh God, I'm sounding so boring. But let's just move on to the next pair, so I'll not bore you guys. So you guys get the point. No need for me to clear the chat. Let's just go straight into the video. Okay, let me go. Should I go to my 3 months time frame? I both BTC and gold. This kind of stuff you see when you go to your higher time frame. This is the kind of stuff you see. This kind of stuff. So Analyze pairs like this, you need to just focus on your lower time frame. On my 3 months, what am I saying? Price didn't mitigate this stuff. Didn't mitigate it. Price didn't mitigate this breakout block. Took out liquidity, started pushing to the upside. So let's just say this is liquidity. Let's just say this liquidity. So like I always say, I've marked out my possible point of interest on my higher time frame. I'll go down again. A lot of shit right here. A lot of shit. Okay. Price is on a higher high. So what we're expecting that possibly price is going to. I need to clear this chart. Oh my back test guy. Hold on. Too much information. So I've cleared the chart. So this was on 1 month time frame. So 1 week time frame, what do we have? Price used here to create liquidity. There's a possibility that the pullback is going to happen because here was used to create liquidity. The pullback is going to happen. The possible reversal point could be this, and this will be the liquidity. I'm just marking out my POIs. Of course, liquidity here, whatever. Let's go to our daily time frame so I can see it clearly. On daily time frame, price took out liquidity. What does the price do? Price tapped into a breakout block and pushed to the upside. After breaking the another structure again, another high, you can see the price pulling down. And I know that price have taken out a major high, which is around here. Price have taken out a major high, so there should be retracement. The treatment I'm talking about is kind of deep. If we're talking about range now, I'd have used my range to show how deep price could even retrace to down here because it took out a major high. So that's why after this breakout block held, immediately price started reversing to the downside. We're waiting, so there's a possibility that price might do the first breakout block that failed to actually do the main move. Of course, we're waiting for price right here, and you can see how price has disappointed us. I think covered up to this extent. And on my previous video, I think I also talked about how I happened to catch at least one trade here. Able to catch one trade here about 5 hour. So this was not actually a waste. But with all this stuff, we could tell that price is definitely bearish. With all this stuff. After price, this POI failed. Price is definitely bearish. There's no other value POI that is actually very close here. And our sales will be targeting this low first. And possible point of interest for reversal will be this other block. On the daily time frame, you can see it swept. It has inducement. The inducement, okay, it didn't break structure, but yeah, it was valid inducement and everything. So this is a point that if price comes there, it could possibly push to the upside. So I had to mark that stop out. You cannot see POI on daily time frame, so you continue working to your lower time frame. We're expecting price to use this other block right here and push to the downside. First, I kind of lost a trade right here, and that trade it was 5 hour, it retraced 4 hour and retraced and hit the sell right here. It was very painful. This stuff right here, this low, it didn't take out that low, it didn't take out the low, and it caused me to lose a trade that was already moving in massive profit. I don't set break even, so I lost that trade. So expecting, okay, this is the new range. PY. This is the structural range PY. Using price to tap into it and move up. But there's kind of refinement on this 4 hours order block that showed us when it hit SL, we learned that possibly price will not use here and sell off. So the new point of interest is right here on on 4 hours. It looks like this, but if you go on 1 hour time frame, you see that point of interest is actually a breaker block. Yeah, you see a breaker block, another block with fair value gap. Very nice setup. So this were possibly covering here. So this move we are trying to predict is not. And after this mitigation, if this stop loss starts trending downwards, if you don't have the energy to, you just wait for price to give another POI again after the mitigation before market structure shift and continue, or you enter directly. I'm entering directly, and I will possibly be taking re-entries to take out this low. This is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So for price to buy to that point of interest, you can see this is liquidity. Liquidity is just resting above here. A lot of liquidity. So that's why we are taking this buy. I'm currently on this trade. But I didn't enter. I waited for price to mitigate lower time frame confirmation, other stuff. So I think I entered from right here. I'm currently on this trade on my live account, and I'm not going to target here. I'm actually targeting right here. I'm trying to pay respect to this breaker block, because price could actually want to use this breaker block to push it downside, although there is much liquidity above here, which is the reason why this breaker block will not hold. I'm definitely not going to buy from there. I'm definitely not going to sell from there. I'm selling from this PY up, but I'm also paying respect to the breaker block, so I will not TP above it. I'll just TP before it. And this is one, I think it's 1 to 6 or something, so it's a good trade. It's a good trade. Breaker block, whatever. Let's go on to the next stuff. In order not to make the video too long, my last analysis will be on Ethereum. I'm shipping good and Euro USD. So I say Euro USD like correlation to GBP USD, so I'll not be analyzing it. So Euro USD will be my last one. Let me make it jiffy. On 3 months time frame, right here. Possible point of interest will be here. This breaker block right here will be a point of interest. But since I marked here, that means it was a refinement. Definitely refinement. So 1 month time frame, what am I saying? Okay. On this is 3 months breaker. On 1 month, there's another block that mitigated the breaker. And when you have stuff like this, just know that you have to move your entry to this breaker block right here. You can just cover it. No need for you to cover the breaker block again. Move your point of interest to the other block, as long as it's mitigated it. If it's above it and it didn't mitigate it, then you know that this will be a liquidity for this, an extra liquidity for this, even if there's another main liquidity up there. But if it mitigates it, just know that the POI is now this, as if the order has flown to this. So with this marked out where price reacted from, this could definitely be creating liquidity for here. A deep retracement right here. BTC has its own. Ethereum, this is Ethereum's own. So something confusing happened on Ethereum, which we have right here. We have another block, clear liquidity, that block structure. Price came, took out liquidity, but closed above it, and price was still on and it didn't actually change the trend, so price closed above it. It's kind of like the dirty. This is price did the POI did, but yeah, price closed above it and pushing to the upward side, and we have a new higher high. Price could definitely need to retrace. Retracement will definitely happen. So what do we have? This is the point of interest, and this is where price mitigated this extra liquidity on another point of interest, a breaker block, probably on a daily time frame, a breaker block, price pushed upside. On daily time frame, we still have another breaker block right here, and we still have another liquidity. So This point of interest right here is an extreme PY. Price could definitely might decide not to reach that extreme PY and use this breaker block. This is the closest point of interest, which is on my daily time frame. This is where I'm going to be taking until this one fails. That's when I'm looking at that one. If this one doesn't fail, I'm looking at that one. So this is the breaker block. This is liquidity. We're expecting price to come down, take out, and tap into it. Of course, there is a point of interest right here. There is a point of interest right here, but if you watch my range video, if you understand range or you watch the valid point of interest, sorry, getting so tired. So I use this box. So this box has an equilibrium line in between it. So I was able to mark it out. My Fibonacci was not giving me accurate 50% on this higher time frame on Ethereum. I don't know, Ethereum was fucking it up somehow. So yeah, I marked out my Ethereum, my 50%. You can see that price broke above the 50%, mitigated it again for pushing up. So this breakout block right here is definitely valuable. So price tapped into the discount level and pushed up. So price already got enough juice it needed. So this is going to be the point of interest, and this is in the premium zone. I won't be using this to take any valid trade. All I'll just respect it by tipping before it or whatever. So on my daily time frame, I also indicated that price will actually use it to cause a retracement for a QMR. This price will use this. So this is actually a clear setup. If not, it's in the wrong zone. This is a clear setup. So price could definitely still react from it. So I'm definitely looking out. I'm definitely looking out for anything that price is gonna do. Let me show this stuff. So this is the point of interest right here. Wow. Okay. Look at this point of interest and look at this liquidity. We have liquidity resting above here. I'm expecting price to come up and take out this inducement, all these double tops, triple top or whatever, tap into the valid point of interest, continue the sell to the downside. It could possibly, after taking out this liquidity, price will possibly tap into the daily time frame closest point of interest right here. Then if price takes out this liquidity, that means this inducement are broken structure. This structural liquidity has broken structure. Expecting price to come back up. Price can definitely come back up to tap into the QMR. I think on forward it looks more clear. Tap into the QMR. Tap into the QMR and continue the sell, and the sell is going to be to tap into the other point of interest on the daily time frame, or let's say 1 week time frame. This breakout block right here, price will come and tap into it. And you can see the way this candles did not tap into the breaker blocks, into the breaker block. I mean, this stuff is going to be liquidity for this, not a POI. Liquidity for this. That's it. From experience, that's what we get. That's what we get. I'm so tired. Where do I need to look? Okay. I don't like counter trading. I've taken a buy to that place, but Ethereum doesn't give too much interest. Like if you trade Ethereum, you know that it doesn't give too much interest. You see, even BTC is retracing. But of course, definitely price will take this stuff out. It's not even up for debate. Price will definitely take this stuff out. So at least take this high out. So I'm definitely confident in this trade. See you guys on the next video. I don't think no when I'm explaining this directional bias, I'm actually just applying it to the market. Many people might not really understand. I don't know, might still be people that will not understand what I'm trying to explain in each of my videos about directional bias. I don't know, maybe I'll just make a 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10-minute video that just explain what to expect and all that stuff, and that will be the last on directional bias. There's a lot of videos on this channel on directional bias. Go and watch Tony Ike directional bias. Go and watch Lingard, especially Lingard is too good. Watch directional bias. So that stuff is going to help you out a lot. The next videos I'll be explaining more like somebody talked about me, explaining how to know when a setup is invalid those kind of stuff. This kind of stuff I need to be explaining. So that's the kind of stuff we'll be expecting for me this new month. This directional buyer stuff is gonna end. If I'm going to make a video explaining direction, there'll be different stuff like weekly direction, not as a topic that I'm teaching, but more of information I should pass across. But this video was educational because it's definitely telling you what the market is going to do next week. And sorry for if I didn't analyze gold. Many people like trading gold, but gold took out the major high. We're expecting as it's taking out the major high, there'll be retracement, and retracement is going to come down and clear liquidity. Let's say gold was on a consolidation that's broken the high, manipulation, distributions to the downside. You should already know that. So that's it. See you guys on the next video. Please subscribe. Please like, subscribe, like. Just like, comment, subscribe, please. I really appreciate. Thank you guys. We're up to almost up to like 3K followers. That's crazy, guys. I don't even know when I'm uploading. Thank you guys very, very much. It's not easy.